Catherine Fiore, EU reporter. Can I ask if you've, I don't know whether you've already commented on this, and if you have, apologies, but in the testimony of Christopher Wiley, a former employee of SCA, on the activities of Cambridge Analytica, he suggested, and there is evidence to suggest that there is some involvement somehow with Cambridge Analytica in the Czech Republic, and that involvement may have been included influencing elections. Are you aware of this? Is it something that causes you concern? Thank you.
Wherever it might have happened, it's horrible. Because I think that if it will be proven that it was the case of hidden manipulation based on what Cambridge Analytica knew about the intimate privacy of the concrete people, it requires very serious consideration. And the consideration based on a very clear message: we do not want to have this in Europe, be it in my country or somewhere else. Of course, I am very curious about the results of the investigations. The closest to some result are the colleagues who investigate the case in United Kingdom. I am in a very frequent contact with the Data Protection Commissioner, Madame Denham, because we are working or coordinating the way how we communicate it to the affected people, to the Europeans, because we know there might be nearly 3 million of those people in Europe. And if it will be revealed that it was this manipulative method or technique was used in concrete member states, including my country, we will have to take some stance on that. I said it already today at the college that this Facebook scandal, for me, in my structured thinking, has three strands. One is the data protection angle, very important question, but we are equipped to remedy, to cure the situation and not to let this happen in the future. And I think here the GDPR will work very well against these possible future cases. Then there is that fraud line. This is for the national authorities to address it from this criminal justice angle. And then here is that electoral freedom line. And here we need to know much more about what happened and to whom. If it happened and it was used in the EU with some effect on concrete elections, it will be a very bad news. And these are the questions I want to discuss on the 25th of April with the electoral commissioners who will come to Brussels. I invited them to discuss, among other things, the preparation for the European elections next year. But this will be a very important piece or issue for our debate, because I will want to hear from them whether in their respective national legislation they are equipped to address such a problem, and whether it is banned, it is prohibited to use this manipulative technique on the basis of the abuse and illegal access to data. This is a new situation, probably.
A follow-up, yes?
Just a short follow-up, and if I could ask for a personal opinion. Do you think if the activity involved breaking national electoral law, an election should be rerun? Thank you.
We have to analyze, first of all, we have to know what has happened. We have to consult the experts whether the manipulation targeted on each individual whose private data we have, whether it is possible to do, because simply we do not have enough information about that yet. And then the proper legal analysis of where we are with the European legislation and member states legislation, I think it's the only proper thing to do, and to propose the way forward. And I said, I think last week, that on this Facebook/Cambridge Analytica case, we do not want to use any kind of salami method. We want to take a systemic approach and to look at the interconnections between the data protection and the protection of democracy, because these are two very closely interlinked pillars. This is the freedom of individual and this is the democratic society. We have to protect both.